Okay, this is a reading for Sagittarius. Let's find out who's in no contact with you and why. I'll spirit for a couple of cards so I can get a clue who it is. And then I'll get some clarification as to why they're not in touch. And then I'll get you some advice from Spirit, okay? So who is in no contact with Sagittarius and why? The King of Cups. So this could be the head of a household. Someone who is, generous, they're kind, they're giving, and they're very much in control of their emotions. Even when there's a problem, they'll be like Mr. Stability. It could be a father figure, or it could be a husband that plays the role of a father figure. I'd expect them to be older. Okay, not somebody in their 20s, although you can be a father in your 20s. It's a very generous person, very calm person. See, that's a shame that you're in no contact with them. Let's get another one. Lots has come out here. The Star. Right, let's go to the beginning. The World. So, the Fool in the Major Arcana learns to take the rough with the smooth. Okay, that's what the World card is about. You see, like, you feel alone, you feel out of space, but there's a shooting star, so there's something coming that's good. The Chariot, so they're very, very much in stuck energy. This came out in the Scorpio reading, in the last reading that I did. The Moon, you feel like there's some kind of secret, so they're not telling you something. The Knight of Swords, it's possibly going to be some confession coming out, truth or harsh words, or just facts being spoken. A Tower moment, oh, it's giving me chills. A Choice, and the Star is healing. Okay, it's also Aquarius, but it's healing energy. It can be wish fulfillment, but I would say, well, it could be any of those things, but I'd say this is this person's storyline. So a tower is the foundations of something crumbling down, and I'll tell you now, I've done lots of readings and this card hasn't come out until now. So Sagittarius, your person is likely your spouse. They could be a parent, but they are going through a tower moment, or they're causing a tower moment. They're having to make a choice and then they're having to heal. It seems like, so the Moon card, if you don't know tarot, is being afraid of what's in the dark, being afraid of something you're not aware of that exists. In the Major Arcana, the Fool lens, you see that's like, there's actually a picture of a woodland. Okay, so it's like, if you went to the woods at night, you would be like imagining all kinds of things. So there's like illusions, like imagination getting carried away with, your imagination, it running away with you, imagining things there that aren't. Also, there can be things hidden in the dark that aren't good. So sometimes light needs to be shed on these things, and you see the tower at the top of it, it's casting light down on the space around it for a long, long way. So it's casting light on absolutely everything. Swords energy is truth, and this is very, very fast energy. It's truth, facts. It's not mincing your words, it's coming out with whatever the problem is, or whatever someone's done behind your back. They're telling you about it, or whatever they think about what you're doing, they're telling you about it. It's very, very fast, like, I've got to get this off my chest kind of energy. I've never had this many cards come out for a no contact. Chariot in the upright is going to war. It's going to battle, very determined, like confidently going to win. This person is having to say something that they know is going to cause a war, and they're not confident they're going to win. But they're gonna go for the tower. They're gonna pull down everything, all the foundation that's existing, and what's going to be rebuilt is going to be better, because it won't be built on lies. It won't be built on old crumbling blocks. It'll be a strong foundation built on truth, honesty, and strong feelings. So there's some kind of choice that this person's making, or they're blocking communication whilst they heal. Okay, so this is quite a dramatic energy. Let's see if we can get any other clues. I mean, you'll know if somebody's not in touch with you, but I get spouse energy off this. Okay, we've got water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So, I mean, it's the King of Cups, so it could be a Cancer, Scorpio, or a Pisces, or it could just be someone who you see as their general character is they are usually, typically, very, very calm, very, very mild-mannered, very happy, nice to be around, generous, and it's not in the reverse, so I wouldn't say that they're being cold, but they're coming out with something, and it's going to cause a tower and then healing. Well, yeah, it may well already have done, because there's so many cards. I'm going to ask for another one to clarify. Narcissist. This person might be somebody that believes their own lies. A lot of the times a narcissist has no understanding of the world other than how they view it and experience it, which is their right. Everyone else is a resource, and they may, have this victim mentality. It's a very, very skewed subjective perspective that they have on things, and it can't be changed. And their behaviours are very much repetitive, cyclical, consistent. They don't really, they might blow hot and cold or try different tactics, but they're not gonna start to be normal at any point. This is who they are. Okay, it's usually from childhood trauma. Let's see if we can get anything else about what's been going on or why. Soulmates. So I think this is definitely a spouse. You've had a soul contract with one another. You were married. It says partnership agreement, soul connection. I do think that this is heavy water because it's a spouse, and there might not be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. There might be, but there might be another sign that, is on the cusp of Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So think about the sign along from that. For example, I know someone who is Aquarius, but they resonate with Pisces. Pisces readings as well, because they're late on in the Aquarius season. I resonate with Aries because I'm early on in the Taurus season. And I was born 2 weeks late, so I really should have been an Aries. Often when I watch Aries readings, they resonate even more than the Taurus ones, which is really interesting. You can also like check out your moon sign, but if you know their moon sign, like if you know their full date of birth, which you should if they're a spouse, and you Google moon sign, you can find out what their feelings and emotions are characterised by, rather than just how they present in personality or looks or interests, which is what comes from your sun sign. How you, like your perspective, your ideas on stuff are very much governed by your moon sign and how sensitive you are. Right, I'm just going to pause this because my nails come off, so I'm going to glue it back on and then I'll get you some advice. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, they might play the victim. They might be quite manipulative, they might have a way with words. They can obviously at times be really charming, because no one would put up with a narcissist if they were horrendous all of the time. But life is likely to run smoothly with a narcissist. They're terrible with money. That's why they need functioning people to grab onto. Yeah, they could be quite they're like highly likely to be codependent, and yeah, because they're not functioning, they're unable to maintain healthy relationships, so they have to cling on to other people who function well, who understand how to have a healthy relationship, you know, with work colleagues, with family, with children, with parents, with friends. They will cling on to a very stable person. So how you recognise, you know, why this happened to you is that they, you know, calculated and recognised that this is a stable person, this is a person who I can rely on, they're going to have, you know, steady income, they're going to be someone who's an empath. So never feel stupid if you are married to a narcissist. You may feel, you know, really weak or really run down or confused by this kind of love, but I would say that you mustn't feel foolish, because they've calculated you and picked you not because you're weak, because you're strong. But it doesn't mean you continue with it. Okay, let's get some advice. Okay, surrender to the journey, release control, first light beginning a new cycle. So your time with this person is done. The tower moment has happened, or it's about to happen, and you know there will be healing. But if they're in no contact with you, don't feel bad. Do not reach out to them. If they caused it or you caused it, do not break, you know, that. Don't feel sorry for them, because they like view you as a mug. They've picked you because you're strong, but they're not that clever. They're not as clever as what they think. They view you as dumb, and you've outsmarted them if you're in no contact with them. And I would break contact with anybody around them, because they're able to manipulate everybody. And family stay loyal to people even if they're narcissists, because it's their son at the end of the day, or it's their daughter at the end of the day, or they're just hoping that they're going to change at some point, but it's very unlikely that they will. A lot of people, 60% of people in prison are narcissists, or they present as having lots of narcissistic traits. So they're a psychopath or a sociopath, or they have traits of both. So you know, they cross a lot of lines, they cross boundaries, you know, they'll cross the law, they'll do a lot of the things that you wouldn't believe. Yeah, they might have a whole life going on that you're not aware of, because they're very good liars, they're prolific liars. They have no remorse because they have no empathy, and they will cry for themselves when they're caught, okay? So my advice is get as far away from this as possible and anyone connected to them. Other than that, a new cycle is on its way. So as I said, the Tower seems like a scary card, but the foundation is pulled down purposely, and what's rebuilt replaces it, and it's much, much better. So I hope those words are of comfort to you, and it's not within your control. It's something that happened, and when you come into contact with a toxic karmic or someone you recognise to be a narcissist, it's to teach you a lesson to draw boundaries around yourself and say, I'm not going to spend, you know, like the bulk of my money on another person, because I need that money for myself, for my present, for my future. I don't know what's going to happen, and they need to be putting in their 50%, okay? If anyone's ever violent, if anyone's a liar, if they make you feel like you're selfish when you know you're not, this is how you know it's a narcissist. And yeah, you just need to get as far away from them as possible. Just draw a line, okay? Draw boundaries around yourself and know that they think you're a mug and you're not. So the only mugs are the people that carry on. Okay. Alright, I hope this helps, Sagittarius, and I will see you on the next one.